Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Annie. I'm a financial planner with over 20 plus years experience in the financial services industry, and today we're talking about TFSA withdrawals. This is video 4 in the 10-part TFSA video series. So I'm actually going to make this a two-parter. In this video, we're going to talk about how do TFSA withdrawals work. In the next video, we're going to talk about when do TFSA withdrawals make sense, or when do you do it and when you don't. So stay tuned for that. Now, before we jump in, I encourage you to go and check out my free downloadable PDF guide. It's called Investment Flow Guide. I'll tell you a little bit more about it at the end of the video, but please go ahead and check it out. It's fun and it's also very practical. So let's talk about TFSA withdrawals. Now, if you've been watching the previous videos in this series, we've talked about the TFSA basics, we've talked about TFSA contributions, and we've talked about TFSA earnings and how they're taxed and how they affect government benefits and credits. If you haven't watched those, go check them out. They're very valuable. So let's talk about TFSA withdrawals. One of the unique things about taking your money out or withdrawing from your TFSA account is it's not treated like most other investment accounts. And the reason for that is because it's in the name. So when you take money out, it's tax-free from your TFSA account. And so that's a great tip to remember. When you talk about a tax-free savings account, the tax-free part refers to how the earnings within the account are taxed, as well as the fact that when you take money out, it's tax-free. So that's awesome. But what do you do with that information? Tip number 1, you can withdraw any amount at any time from your TFSA investment account. It's really helpful to know that when you take money out of your TFSA investment account, you're not going to be taxed on that money. Whether that's money that you originally put in or whether that's investment income that grew, if it's growth on your investment and now you're taking that out, as far as CRA is concerned, you're just taking money out of your investment account. Tip number 2, when you take the money out of your TFSA account, it does not affect your TFSA contribution limit, which means if you contributed $7,000 from your TFSA account, let's say in January or February this year, and then later on realized, let's say in July, you realized, ooh, I need to take some money out for this expense, whatever that expense may be for you. Watch my next video to get some ideas. And you took out $5,000. That $5,000 that you took out of your TFSA investment account does not affect your contribution limit for that year, which is great. Number 3, your TFSA withdrawal, the money that you took out of that TFSA investment account, is added back to your contribution room in the following year. So not in the same year, but in the year after, next year. So if I took out $5,000 this year from my TFSA account, that $5,000 gets added back next year to my contribution limit in addition to whatever the next year's annual contribution limit is. So if in 2026 the annual contribution limit for the TFSA is $7,000, next year I can add $7,000 into my TFSA plus the $5,000 that I took out in 2025 for a total contribution of $12,000. The earnings from that $12,000, whatever I invested in, is going to be earned tax-free. And then if I decide to take that money out, it's also tax-free. So you see how this all kind of plays together? Now, why it's really important to know about TFSA withdrawals is because, like I like to say, when you know the rules of the game, then you know how to play the game in a way that works for you. And this is really key for any kind of money strategy. A lot of people, I find, avoid learning about RSPs and TFSAs and investments and stocks and mutual funds and all of that stuff because it seems overwhelming. But if I gave you the keys to the city, would you take it so that you could go and open the door and see all that that city has to offer you? Same thing applies. Once you know some of the rules of how these different things work, then you get to figure out how to make it work for you. So for tip number 3, the withdrawals get added back to your contribution room in the next year. There are 2 exceptions: the qualifying transfer and specified distribution. Let me break that down into everyday language for you. Qualifying transfer, that's technical lingo. That basically means if I transfer money from this TFSA account at this bank over to my other TFSA account at this other bank, That's a qualifying transfer and doesn't impact your contribution room, okay? The second one, specified distribution, that refers to when there is a divorce, typically separation divorce, whether you're common law or married, and you are living separate and apart, and the court has ordered a distribution of assets, and that's what specified distribution refers to, is when you're moving money from your TFSA to your ex-spouse based on a legal agreement that you've come to, whether it's through your lawyers or through the court, and that is what is referred to as a specified distribution. So there you go, technical lingo interpreted. Now there's a bonus tip that I want to give you for TFSA withdrawals, and this is it. So imagine that you've put money into your TFSA and it has grown significantly. Let's say it's grown to $200,000. And yes, I have seen that. I saw that way back in the day. In the first few years when TFSA started, a couple really smart investors and clients put money into their TFSAs, they let it grow, they put into some investments, and then it grew significantly to the point where it exceeded the total contribution limit. Now stay with me here. This is your bonus tip. When you take money out, so let's say you're taking $200,000 out of your TFSA account. Are you with me? Because this is going to get really exciting. That $200,000 that you withdrew gets added back as contribution room in the following year. Oh yes, most people don't know this, but not only will you have your regular annual contribution room, but you'll also have the withdrawal from the previous year. And if that was $200,000 for you, then that's added back as contribution room in the following year. That's the magic of the TFSA. And most people don't know that. Think about it. There's no limit on your withdrawal. There's no limit on your growth. And it doesn't matter what age you are or what income level you are, you get to use the TFSA in a way that works for you. Hope you found this video helpful on TFSA withdrawals. My next video is going to be on when does it make sense and when it doesn't to do a TFSA withdrawal based on some of the things that I've seen with my clients and other clients and advisors that I've coached over the years and just people that I've helped out over the 20 plus years. Now, if you're still around, I'd love to tell you a little bit more about this investment flow guide that I've created. It is for you if you are trying to figure out, based on how you need to invest, what are some do's and don'ts that will work for you? What are some tools, platforms, resources that could help you do it in a way that works for you? I have bonus tips. There's 4 profiles, so you may be one or a combination of 2 investment profiles in there. You don't have to take a quiz. It's a compilation of things that I've observed from the thousands of people that I've talked to over the years and how they tend to operate or invest or research or save when it comes to their investments, and some really helpful tools and tips, because believe it or not everybody needs to do it the same way. Not everybody invests the same way. Not everybody uses the same tools. That's why there's all these different tools and platforms available, because people need it in a different way, in a way that works for them. So go and check that out. Download that for free. Let me know your feedback. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions or comments about TFSA withdrawals, I'd love to hear from you as well. I do respond to every comment. I had a great question in my last video on TFSA earnings, and it was around transfers and divorce, and I was able to answer that. So I welcome your questions, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.